that's still, like I said, you're still going to have the no sayers who are going to say, but why am I waiting 2 weeks for a donation? Or even weekly, why am I waiting for that donation to come through when I can use my independent area and have that instantly? Again, take nothing away from what they're implementing. This is a massive feature and it's a big game changer. And it will boost a lot of how would you say, stability, I guess, in the payout system, but you're going to have people ask that question.
Right. The benefits that I see, right, all your payments are confined to one site. Like it's all consolidated.
Correct.
You've got no third party bullshit to deal with. That's probably the major benefit of having donations on platform. The fact that donations are on platform is completely different to. I'm pretty sure no one does it. No one has on-platform donations.
Exactly.
Yep.
Again, I'm not questioning the donations.
Yeah.
I'm saying people are going to question why are we waiting weeks for payment.
But
that's what I'm.
Yes,
that's what
I do understand waiting 2 weeks or whatever to receive your donation is a slight drawback, but it's sort of it kind of weirdly balances itself out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying there are going to be people that question it. Like, what is Glimish doing in that 2 weeks with the money? You know, are they using it to invest and then pull back out? You know, it's just going to pose questions. And look, again, there's going to be no direct answer to it because they're still going to just go, "Oh, it still doesn't make sense. Why can't I have my donation?" Like, you know, come on, seriously.
Okay. But anyway, donations can be made between $1 and $100 at the moment. Currently, the fees do come out of that donation, so you don't get the full donation. I believe there was a lot of talk in the Discord about implementing some sort of algorithm to calculate, you know, the donator adding on the donation fees.
Yeah, the extra fees.
So
to cover
the streamer actually got the amount that they wanted to give, sort of thing. So currently the Stripe fees are 2.9% plus 30 cents USD, which is, I mean, it's you'd only really notice a large hit on that the higher the donation. But I mean, you're going to get that regardless of where you do your donations anyway. You do your donations via Stream Elements. You're going to cop a fee there. You fucking any other third-party sites.
Base it out on 3%. Well, what's 3% of $100? Yeah. Like, you know, you're not really gonna. So you get $97 out of your donation. Like,
I mean,
are
still,
you really gonna?
Not bad.
Like,
yeah, not bad.
So again, it's not a big problem. I think it's going to be something for people to get used to. I know it has been used already on the platform. I know a few people have made donations and received donations. So it's good to see that it was implemented and used straight away. It was in effect straight out of the hole.
Absolutely.
So, again, brilliant option. So hats off to the team on the back of that one because that's a big feature.
Yeah,
and I guess in what we're talking about, was it last week? I think we spoke about it last week. Having features to support the already existing community, like to give them something back as well, would be a good thing. And you know, again, it's there. So
another little feature that I only noticed today was the Glimish payment portal has been updated to look a bit nicer. So it's a little bit more consolidated, easier to read. So you can now actually see how many active subs you have on your channel, as well as a fully displayed payout list. Which is also really nice. So
if you haven't seen that,
I didn't know how many active subs I had, and I didn't know what payments I was getting because I don't check it. So it was actually really nice.
If you haven't
to see
seen
all
that
information,
top right, click on your profile, go to payments, and you'll see everything outlined: how much you're paying, how much you're getting, how many active subs you've got, all that kind of stuff. So
It's great.
Definitely have a squeeze at that at some point.
Yes. Also, what there was talk of different payment methods at one stage. Was that implemented, or is that still like an ongoing thing? I don't know. Mainly for like subs and okay, it's one of those things. All right, never mind. Moving on then. Let's get into some. That's all the news we got for Glimish at the moment. I'm sure we'll
Banjacks.
get some more news next week. On some Twitch news as always. Uh, Twitch streamer Curie was pushed and threatened by a random member of the public while exploring Japan in a stream on November 5. Uh, the man in question was concerned about being filmed by the streamer. Curie expressed that he was only filming himself. However, the stranger was still annoyed, saying, "If you do it, you're going to have trouble. I'm telling you." After a few more words from both parties, the man left after being told the cops were being called. Uh, Apparently, Curie has had this happen numerous times and is starting to suspect that it's the same person doing it. So if you're an IRL streamer in Japan, just take care. Really, although it's not the first time. Like there have been IRL streamers that have been caught up in uh, public incidents.
I feel like that's just the
It
risk of
happened.
doing IRL streams in public, though.
It is like if you're doing an IRL
Yeah.
stream on the streets, you're bound to run into something or someone
Yeah.
that's where
I mean,
shit's just gonna go down.
IRL when you're cooking in the kitchen, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're out in public, again, it's very. It seems to be
It's
a
one of
very
those
sore
risks
spot.
that you take.
Well, the thing is, when you go out into the public, you never know what's going to happen. Like you'd be like, "Hey, I'm going to go out to like walk around this festival or whatever and see what's going on," but then like you don't know the kind of people you're going to run into in public that are just going to see a camera and be like, "Why are you filming me?" Like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, Banjax, exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, speedrunning TOS.
Like
exactly
that
right.
anything could happen. Like you don't go out.
Absolutely anything.
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
During the latest Twitch Rivals event, streamer Maya suddenly had the urge to go to the bathroom, but was unaware of the correct protocol during the live event. She proceeded to raise her hand and ask one of the event's employees. the employee can the employee can be seen talking to another Twitch staffer who shakes their head saying no. Maya then started laughing to herself and said with disbelief, "I'm not allowed to pee." And then proceeded to sit there awkwardly during the Twitch Rivals event. There have been numerous scathing reports about how Amazon has mistreated employees, particularly when it comes to its bathroom break rules. Over the years, Amazon employees have complained about not being able to use bathroom when necessary, to the point where some have had to urinate in bottles. Amazon itself has denied these reports. I wouldn't put it past Amazon if these reports were true. There's obviously there's some evidence there that it is actually going on.
You don't start a story like that without there actually being some background to this situation.
Yeah, I mean,
so
yeah, I mean, you must have a wicked imagination if you're just going to turn that into a story. Like Jesus,
yeah,
have some sort of grounding.
Is
on
it
is
it a rampant issue? Probably not. But there's probably some inkling of truth behind that.
No, but there have been reports that of Amazon staff being mistreated as such.
Yeah.
So it's
for sure.
Like it's just come out of the woodwork. Surprisingly, like this has been going on
for
a while.
It's not just Amazon though. I mean, look around it. A lot of the bigger companies. I mean, we're seeing it with Blizzard as well. We're seeing other companies as well getting the same sort of thing. So again, it just seems to be the whole stretch of what's going on.
Well,
so
you even see that like
it happens
in like your local businesses. Like I've experienced this like years ago when I worked retail. Is like when you're there, they're paying you to work, and they don't want to pay you to do other things. So it's like if you're there, you're working, and it's just like it's like this weird thing where it's just like we don't want to pay you to go do whatever that is, but it's also like, but I have to use the bathroom, so
yeah, but
it's it's like weird corporate greed. I don't know. I never understood the whole like you work, you cannot use bathroom.
That wouldn't fly over here. I can tell you that now.
No, it wouldn't.
But you're also human, and you have natural bodily functions.
Oh, I agree, Tech. I agree.
You've got to go. Like, just saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, you can't take a shit right now. You've got work to do. You're just gonna have to take a dump in your pants. Get back to work. You know,
yeah,
it's just stupid."
Listen, do you want to use the bathroom or do you want to get paid? You can't have both.
Pretty much, that's almost what it's like. Yeah, this is.
I'll
the
go
way
subs for
Amazon
me on that one.
A couple of weeks ago, we touched on Twitch's new boosted stream feature. And it's already had its fair share of critics.
Really?
And
no.
It is likely to get even worse now that some channels are abusing it to troll with questionable stream titles. With the ability to advertise your stream to the masses, some have started boosting streams with titles that may not exactly be PG. As shown by Jake Lucky on Twitter, Kelly SCG's stream titled 18 plus free jizz inside was promoted by his community. Considering the title of the broadcast, Kelly SCG was surprised why anyone would boost him and was even worried about getting banned as a result. Look,
oh yeah.
Let's be fair. We've seen hate raids. We've seen bot craziness on Twitch. You give them features to push this out. Who is not going to troll that feature? Honestly, like who's not going to go? Oh, look at this weird title. I'm just going to boost this and put it out to the masses. Like Twitch, open your fucking eyes. Like
it's like telling a teenager not to drink. They're going to fucking do it.
Yes.
Like it's like
goddamn
a sign that says "Don't stand on the grass." Someone's going to be fucking tempted to do it because they've been told not to.
Yeah, I mean,
when you've got a stream title that's basically calling out for pandemonium, you're going to get it.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Twitch just seems to do it one after another. They just seem to stick their finger in and swirl around and just see what they can come out with and go, oh, this might stick. Oh, hang on, that was a bad idea. Too late now. You've already killed like another feature that you could have implemented properly and not done that.
You know, options to these people.
More to the point is
these options are there.
But why are you allowing that stream title in the first place if you're going to whinge that people are going to mass produce that? And then spam that to everybody. Like, why are you going to complain about that name?
If you're a company as big as Twitch and you launch a feature like that, expecting everybody to use it the way it's intended and not for trolling, you're an idiot. Like you have to think like, I mean, what would be the possible like ramifications of this? Like, what could people use to cause chaos with this feature before you implement the feature?
Like. Look at Glimish. They just implemented donations. Oh, what chaos are you going to cause there? Make someone fucking rich.
Yeah.
But no, on Twitch, they seem to...
Please, don't bring that chaos to my stream.
Oh, no, don't do that.
I don't want that.
But you know what I mean? Like, so they're not thinking. They're just slapping things out. And then they're trying to... They're being reactive and not proactive. They're not proactively thinking about, you know, we've got billions of people. It's only going to take one idiot to do something stupid, and then 10 more are going to follow. And then those 10 are going to breed another 100, and it's just going to happen.
Because
100%
Indian one thing 100%. On their mind. The one thing on Twitch's mind right now is money. money, 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 money. That's all I care about.
Dollars.
Dollars.
Profit and revenue, you name it. They're going all in for it. That's all they give a shit about. And then everyone finds these weaknesses around all these things that they implement. And then they're like, oh, geez, geez, that was a bad idea. Maybe we'll take that back and we'll like recode it.
Hey,
and then
this might have been a mistake. It might have upset people, but hey, we made some money.
Yeah, we made a quick $1 million on that because, you know. It's crazy.
Speaking of making money, Amaranth has bought a gas station. She
honestly, I mean, what? Yeah, okay.
I don't look with everything that Amaranth is doing lately. Is it really that surprising? I mean, they made a category for her, which we touched on last
business
week.
investment. That's all it is.
And and now she's bought a gas station. She's revealed that that she wouldn't be running it herself, but instead would be leasing it. So basically, it's an investment property. Through some complicated math jargon.
Jack's God's sakes.
Through some complicated math jargon, which I refuse to cover. She basically pays $110,000 less in tax and plans to sell and reinvest the property in the future.
Yeah, see,
so
it's a tax write-off. It's a business investment.
Turn around, Speed. The math is behind you, bud.
My power watching. I need to do that again.
Right.
I need to
do this. I understand everything that she put in her fucking tweet about what she did with her investment. Don't fucking get it. Like it just. That's why I'm bad with money. Good with math, bad with money. But yeah, so that's a thing. And it is a thing indeed. But Dr. Disrespect is in the news again. The ongoing dispute with Twitch over his permanent ban from the platform has taken another turn, as the streamers claimed it caused insane defamation to his image. For anyone who's unaware of what defamation means, defamation is the charge of a false statement being presented as fact, harming the reputation of another person and causing financial loss or emotional distress. So that's actually quite a large claim from Dr. Disrespect.
Are we starting to see what the
I mean, this
the lawsuit might be about?
This is stage 2 of that lawsuit. Like this is big shit.
I was gonna say, Lee, who hasn't caused chaos on this platform?
This already happened. He also said that after revealing he had been shadow banned by EA, he proceeded, "I'm on a list that's just touching the surface. Since the Purple Snake scummy ban, we have taken a hit on so many different things behind the scenes." So with EA, if you're unaware of that, basically EA just turned their back on Dr. Disrespect in regards to everything. Just would not.
And there seemed to be no reason to it either. Like they just went with it because you seem to get it banned from Twitch. They just went, well,
it's like,
don't want it.
Yeah, you've been banned from Twitch and you've moved to a different platform. Whoa, we don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Yeah, they just turn their back on him. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, that'll be interesting to sort of follow that story.
The lawsuit against Twitch is still ongoing and no further details have been revealed. But I'm sure it's only a matter of time before certain information comes to light about that original Twitch ban.
Can't wait to find out.
That's going to be interesting. That's going to be hot news when that releases.
Yep.
So on to some gaming
and
news.
We'll be here to cover it.
We'll fucking cover it.
For sure. We'll dissect it as best we can.
Fucking A. So, does everyone remember Fable?
Yes,
when Xbox announced that Fable was coming? Yes. Apparently it's been in development for over 4 years. Didn't realize it's been that long.
Yeah, maybe.
It's very possible though that some more information may come to light with tomorrow's 20th anniversary of Xbox showcase that is being
Hmm.
held on YouTube. Although rumors still state that Fable may still have a 2023 release date.
Sorry, did you just say Xbox showcase on YouTube?
Yes.
Didn't they just implement their Xbox and Twitch migration together?
Look, it may be on Twitch as well. I don't know, but the video is premiering on YouTube, so
It's probably going live
But
on
didn't-
both of them at the same time. That's usually how that
yeah,
works.
it's premiering at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning for us. So whatever that equates to for all you guys, good luck with that.
What'd you say, 4 a.m.?
Yeah, I'm sure it'd
So
be
it's
like,
around the 2 p.m. for the East Coast.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Be like 3 or 4 p.m. West Coast or something like that.
yeah. So it'd be interesting. Maybe it's just a celebration of 20 years of Xbox. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll announce something new.
Nah,
They
they'll
like
announce something for
surprise us
sure.
with a thing here and there. Yeah,
There'll be
I'm
announcements in
sure.
that
Like,
for sure. You're not going to go
I wouldn't be
quiet on it.
surprised if right at the end they're like, "Bam, bombshell." You know,
Mm.
Xbox
They'll
One
drop
X.
something
No,
big.
that's not going to happen.
Is it going to be a new
They'll
update to
drop something.
GTA 5?
Probably. That's probably what they're going to announce.
I have GTA news coming up. Just wait.
Or is it going to be the
Yeah.
Skyrim re-release?
Anyway, Sony appears to be working on bringing real-time image upscaling to the PS5 and potentially the PSVR for the PS5. A new patent filed by Sony Interactive Entertainment outlines a plan for a computer-implemented method for completing an image. Apparently, it's not too dissimilar to NVIDIA's deep learning supersampling, or DLSS. The patent notes that the system could be used within a virtual reality device, noting that virtual reality headsets require much higher computing power to display a satisfactory image to a user than a conventional computer monitor, noting the need to use less computing power to aid with user comfort and immersion. That I would believe 100%. Because you need a substantial amount of computing power just for VR. So being
Yeah.
able to like sort of cut that down, by upscaling
But what about
content.
the VRs that don't have connection to PC?
No,
Well,
but this
it's
is mainly
just
for PSVR.
it's just for the PlayStation
So-
VR, which is its own
It's
headset.
purely for PlayStation.
Yeah,
that's
you
right.
you can't plug
Yeah.
an Oculus into the PlayStation to get VR.
Yeah, yeah. So it's mainly for PSVR, which would be a huge game changer. I mean, it would, you'd be able to have higher frame rates.
I mean, frame rate's the biggest
or
issue
even,
with
or
VR.
even either
Like-
have higher frame rates or have the same frame rate and higher pixel count.
The thing with
Yeah,
VR
that's
is
better.
unless you're able to have like a high frame rate, that's what causes like VR sickness to happen with people. Is if you got like a
Yeah.
choppy frame rate and you're just like in that environment, that's what causes
Well,
the
it's like
problems.
It's like it's a double thing. So it's either frame rate that causes motion sickness, or it's the checkerboard effect that
Yeah,
sorry, the fly screen effect.
the screen door
That,
effect.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Screen door effect, which it causes motion sickness. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's sort of a weird
Stomach
balance
sensation at
between
your
the two.
eyes.
Yeah.
So my question is though, like, if that's only for PlayStation, it's again like who's going to rush out just to buy that on the PlayStation when 90% of VR is already standalone or on PC?
Yeah, but it's Sony and PlayStation. So essentially, it's going to be like DLSS, except for
Hmm.
PSVR.
Yeah.
So it's going to require less computing power, which is going to be easier on the PS5 to produce an image to the PSVR. So that I mean, I'm sure Xbox would do the same if they had a VR headset, which I would love to see, but they don't.
Mm.
It's upsetting.
Deceptive says they do.
Uh,
Oh, Hololens.
Oh,
oh,
yeah, sorry.
HoloLens,
HoloLens.
HoloLens, which is not for Xbox. That is a very
Not
high end,
generically.
a high end AR headset.
Yeah, it's not genetically for the Xbox, but it can be like used on it. It can be.
It's a complicated one.
Yeah,
It's
it can be implemented, but it's not
complicated.
genetically for it.
Yeah, it's complicated. In a presentation to investors, Nintendo hints towards some of its plans. The company plans to continue to expand its business around the core concept of creating unique integrated hardware software products. Basically, it's going to keep making consoles and games, is the dumbed down version of that.
Yes.
Nintendo has a timeline of some of its hardware efforts, and specifically includes its next next gaming system, slated to release at an undefined 20XX date. So basically, between now and the year 2099, don't hold your breath.
And that's a pretty small window if you think about it.
Well, considering they didn't really rush to launch an updated version of the Switch, I don't feel like it's going to be coming anytime soon.
Yeah, I'd say probably 5 years.
Oh, easily.
I don't. I know they've had a back system in play for a little while. Hasn't been received yet or sent out anywhere, but they're working on something.
Yeah.
Can we just say that Twitch is also on the Switch? Lady found that the other day on the Switch.
Yep.
Twitch is actually on there. It's like another integration with another platform. Good job.
And moving on from that, Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 have been removed from digital stores due to licensing issues with their usage of historical footage. Konami has released a statement that explains the details, stating that thank you for playing the Metal Gear series. We're currently working on renewing the licenses for select historical archive footage used in game. Therefore, we have made the temporary decision to begin suspending the sale of Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, and all products that include these names from digital storefronts globally starting from the 8th of November, which has already passed. That was like last week. So yeah, it's unknown when those games will come back to the stores, but I doubt that those games are gone for good. They will come back.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
They either need to renew the license or go in and cut out whatever is not licensed and then re-upload
Oh, they
it.
won't cut it out.
Okay.
I doubt they'll cut it out. That would just be, overly time consuming. You'd be better off just paying the licenses.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never played the game, so.
I'm thinking Banjax has probably got a good point there. Metal Gear Solid Trilogy Definitive Edition.
Everything's going to be the
the
definitive edition
remake
now.
them into a definitive edition and go, yay!
Yay!
Speaking of Rockstar, a Red Dead Redemption and GTA 4 remaster is apparently in the works and will follow the same lines of upgrading as the new GTA Trilogy Definitive Editions. So basically, like graphical updates, new mechanics based on newer games, higher resolution, yada yada yada. On those lines, the GTA Trilogy Remaster has copped a massive amount of flack since its launch. Fans have backlash at Rockstar demanding refunds. They have also stated that the game runs poorly on next-gen consoles, and on all platforms there are graphical issues, bugs, and progressional crashes. Stated that it will offer refunds to those that ask for it. Yeah, like what the fuck are they doing? If you've seen some of the screenshots that people have taken of the characters and things that are in game, it is busted.
I've seen some of them. Yeah, it's
so
pretty over the
bad.
top. It's pretty
So
over the
bad.
top.
Like,
I was watching Banjax play it, and it looked like he was playing the PS2 version still.
I mean, but that's the whole
Yeah, they
point.
didn't
Yeah.
remaster it; they just re-released it.
Yeah.
Basically, but they made it worse. They re-released it, but made it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to play any of those three games, play the originals by all means. Rockstar has also pulled the trilogy from PC to remove some unintentionally included files. These files these files
Dear.
are either suspected to be unlicensed music that was in the game, or files relating to the hot coffee mini game that was present in the originals. If you're unaware of the hot coffee mini game, essentially it was a mini game of you having sexual intercourse with someone else. So, yeah, it would not surprise me if that's what they forgot about and wanted to remove that quickly.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops. Yep. Sorry, our bad. We'll fix it.
Yeah. But it has been stated by people diving into the files that there are no nude player models of any type. So the hot coffee minigame probably doesn't exist, but there are subsequent files in there that do relate to it. Forza Horizon 5 is crushing records and is set to clear 8 million users in just over a week. That
Not the only
is
records it's crushing.
it's crushing something.
Kazza, you
Despite
need
the
to block
game,
your ears. Kazza, you need to block your ears on this one.
and it's been growing steadily over the last week. I've watched it go up. But this is all despite the game containing a list of crashes and bugs that only seems to be getting longer each day. That list is phenomenal. Ever since the festival playlist went live, it only added to the list, and it's just it is stupid. You broke 1 million on a mountain. I knew someone would. Yeah,
No, there's so many different
Forzathon shop doesn't work still. Yeah, no, that's
leaderboards are busted. The hacks that are on Steam are fucking twisted and bent out
uh,
of shape. It just the game's not in a good place right now.
no.
It is fun
I
to play
actually
though.
hopped on. Yes, it is. I actually hopped on yesterday, and I had the festival playlist stuff actually working for me. So if I completed it, it actually marked it as completed. So I actually played it for a while and was like, well, whilst this is rolling, I'm just going to continue to complete the festival playlist whilst it's still working.
It seems to be hit and miss. It seems to be sporadic. It's like here, there, and sometimes not somewhere else. But again, like they've had 3 years building this game, and it's still launched so broken from the base. It still feels rushed, and I hate to say it, but it does. It feels rushed.
Yeah. Convoys are broken. I like that they're hit and miss. The festival playlist is hit and miss. Just like even certain things just like broken. Just straight up broken. Like fundamental pieces of the game are just not working.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Can we talk about the auto drive glitch in Forza?
Oh,
Let's.
yeah.
All right. So a member of the community has informed us of the auto drive glitch that is made for the disability restrictions within the game. However, it's being used as an exploit to maximize XP and money, where you basically set your controller and put a rubber band on it to drive 50 laps of the Goliath with all the disability settings engaged, basically allowing the car to drive itself for 50 laps. So again, well done Forza for trying to incorporate disability features.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But again, you might have stuck
Thumbs
your
up
foot
for
in the
that.
shit on that one. But yeah.
And thumbs down for that. Yeah, well, that's it. Like that's what we were discussing before the show, Banjax. It's not a glitch. It's not an exploit. It's actually an implemented feature into the game for
there you go.
accessibility purposes.
2.7 million XP per 50 laps.
That is
Well,
ridiculous.
now we know who the source is, Kaza.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. Like it's.
I wonder how you hit the Hall of Fame so quickly.
It's good that they add those features in. Like they're good features for people that have troubles holding a controller. But it shouldn't be broken in a way that people can just exploit it. Because if you just sit there and be like, well, but it's morally not right to do that, people go, fuck that, I'm gonna get the points anyway.
But it's not like Playground Games are going to implement a morally correct feature option. It's like, sorry, do you have morals? Yes. Okay, well, we're going to turn off all these features for you.
Yeah.
And test your moral ability.
Yeah. Like, come on. Yeah.
Well, like I say, it's good that they're bringing the features in for more player base, but there needs to be a better way to implement it and allow that not to be used for the wrong purposes of the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just how do you cross that bridge between someone that needs the accessibility features and someone that just wants free in-game money, and balance that fairly? Because you don't want to punish the player that needs the accessibility features, but you shouldn't let people just exploit it for gain. It's not like
I feel like this is one of those gray areas that we're just not going to get out of, like, ever.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Xbox is moving heavily towards, gaming is for everyone. Anyone can game. There are like numerous accessibility options for every type of gamer.
Yes.
And that's for inclusivity, and you can't sort of restrict that in any way in any game. So
I guess the difference here is this is actually an implementation within the system, where the Forza Horizon 4 Goliath glitch when it first launched was exactly that. It was a glitch. It was a bug that was being exploited in the file system. So again, morally, yes, not right, but Forza's allowing you to do it. Play it your way, play it their way. Whatever.
Pretty much, it's going to separate the gamers from the people who actually want to play the game for what it is, and the people who just want a lazy way to level up.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones who are using it to level up are doing it. The ones who are using it to level up are the ones who are doing it when they go to work or bed. They just set it up, let it go to bed, get up in the morning, take it off. Whatever.
Yeah.
Again, are we there to morally call you out on it? Not really, but seriously, think about your life choices. Think about your life choices.
I suppose on the other hand,
absolutely going to call everyone out on it.
The folks that are doing this and getting just like tons of XP and money, they're going to just be done with the game and then just move on in a short period of time anyway. It's not like
maybe,
yeah. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, but
there's going to be no point once they have every house, every upgrade, every car. There's going to be no point for them to do anything in the game because there's just no drive at that point.
Yeah.
I just think things like the auto driving and stuff like that just can't be used in a situation where you like anything over, say, 2 laps or 3 laps, which is your base career stuff. Once you get that, you can't use that feature. So it won't allow, it'll just say this is not, you can only do 3 laps. I think that would slow a lot of it down and lock it to a point where the main base element of the game still gets attached to the actual system. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's fair. Like if you put like a cap, say like 3 laps on a custom race. I mean, 3 laps on the Goliath, even if you're still doing that, is still like a ton of money. But it's not like you can just AFK for 10 hours and come back and you max level and buy everything. Like it still has some kind of limit.
Most races are either 3 laps or under.
Yes.
For the game. So I mean that to me that's fair.
I think if you've got that auto steering assist on, and you try and do, say, 5 laps of Goliath, it needs to register that no, you have to change this. You can't do this race. 1 lap, fine, leave it, whatever, do your thing, don't care.
Yeah, or if you're
anything over that has to be shut down.
It will still restrict it to 3 laps.
Yeah, well, that's right. It has to be. Well, I mean, the Goliath in the game is only 1 lap anyway. So I don't think you should be able to do a custom race outside of the main hub of the game with that on. It has to lock it out. If you go into a custom race and your difficulty has that auto steering assist activated, it must say you have to turn it off. Unfortunately, I get it, for the disability people or the people who would need to use that feature the most, it's going to penalize them in some way. But you can still do the Goliath with your convoy, with your friends. You can still do it just in the 1 lap race.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see if Playground Games do pick up on this and do implement some sort of feature to either counteract it or whether they'll just leave it and just let it go.
Yeah. It's a shame.
But it does pose an interesting problem for Fable, considering Playground Games are also working on that. What sort of game-breaking mechanics are going to be in that game? I'm sure there's going to be quite a few. But moving into some other tech news now. Intel, surprisingly, is retaining support for DDR4 with the upcoming Raptor Lake series. This means that the Alder Lake successor, which is to keep the LGA 1700 socket, is more than likely to be compatible with existing Z690 and future H670, B660, and H610 motherboards, which already support DDR4. I find that interesting. Like, wouldn't at some point, because the Raptor Lake CPUs are supposed to basically double in core count. That's what's suspected to happen. Wouldn't there be some form of bottleneck, possible bottleneck there?
Well, I mean, potentially, but not really. Because you can still run, it depends on what the motherboard's capable of using. If the motherboard's capable of 64 gig per slot, that's still 256 gig of RAM in the computer. So not really. And I think DDR4 is probably more practical at the moment. No, because, I mean, again, you can go 3200 and above. So they'll be able to make 4000, 4500 megahertz RAM. It's just going to be a case of at which point do they have a draw line to say, okay, at 4500, that's our cutoff, and we have to look to DDR5. There has to be some stop at a certain point before they upgrade. And I don't think, as we spoke about the other week, I don't think DDR5 is in a place where it's versatile yet and practical enough to use. So we're going to see advancements on the DDR4 RAM to give us less bottleneck on the speed with those higher CPUs. I don't think it's going to be an issue, personally.
It better be RGB.
But the Raptor Lake series will be the 14th generation of Intel CPUs. I'd say that would be like the very last stop for DDR4, and then after
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
DDR5 is basically mandatory from that
Yeah.
stage. But that's still like we're looking like another year or two down the line, I'd
Yeah.
say.
As I say, I
Easily.
don't think we've reached the end of the DDR4 lifespan yet. I think we've still got room to expand those and make them faster, stronger, better. And I think
Mhm.
that's what they're going to start doing to push that DDR5 boundary, to try and work out where the limit is and where we need to transition.
Yeah, I think DDR4 is still like midlife. It's got a lot of
Oh, you're well and
use
truly,
still
yeah.
left in it.
Shit, yeah.
Infamous hacking group Fail Overflow claims to have made major progress in its bid to break open the PlayStation 5 security. The collective said it has gained access to internal PS5 root keys used to decrypt parts of the PS5's firmware. They have stated, "We got all symmetric PS5 root keys. They can all be obtained from software, including per console root key, if you look hard enough." This is naturally a huge concern for Sony, who will be keen to ensure the PS5 is not fully jailbroken, and that details of Fail Overflow's apparent progress are not publicized further. Nothing more has come out of this. I don't know if any more will come out of this. I'm sure Sony are trying to smother it with a blanket very quickly, because that's bad news. I mean, if you can, you can like what 1 year into the console's lifespan, and you can already jailbreak it. Yikes!
Yeah. I mean, it is rough. Ajax is poking Yakes.
Chat is just roasting me
poking.
right now.
He's just, hey, Yakes, it's an easy thing, mate. Just don't look at the chat.
Just look at the chat. Well, see, the problem is I'm such a professional streamer that I'm always looking at the chat. So I can't just not look at the chat.
Right. Big words there.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
He must have only got professional on Glimish because no one saw him on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jab, jab.
But it will be interesting to see how the PS5 goes with that. I'm aware that the PS3 is fully jailbroken. I'm not sure about the PS4.
Four is, yeah.
The 4 is,
it's jailbroken. Yeah, 100%.
Rip Sony. The top 500 supercomputing organization crowned a new champion, Japan's Fukaku system. Based in Kobe, Japan, the machine is able to achieve 2.8 times the processing power of the previous record holder, the US's Summit supercomputer. The Fugaku system stands out due to its use of ARM processors, which is typically found in smartphones and known for their low power consumption. Containing 152,064 A64FX chips, the supercomputer can muster 415.5 petaflops, or quadrillion floating point operations per second, with the help of 7.2 million computing cores. That is in contrast to the Summit supercomputer, which only has 2.4. That is like that number alone, 415 petaflops. That I don't
see.
If you don't know
that would
what
mean something to somebody really fucking techie.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I don't think anybody
is. That is a lot.
Like I feel like there are very few people that actually know what a petaflop is.
Yeah, that's a lot of numbers.
So 1 petaflop is equal to 1 quadrillion flops.
Yeah.
So how many terabytes is a petaflop? A petaflop processing speed. So it's 1140 terabytes equals 1.14 petabytes. That's a lot of that's a lot of memory. I'm sorry, but that's a whole fucking lot.
That's
a lot of flops.
I do one belly flop and it's game over. That's it, done. Let alone that
Yeah.
many.
Yeah, that is a lot of data being
That's
processed.
a lot of data.
I mean,
A lot
let's
of
not
data being
forget that
processed.
the Japanese also broke the data flow record too,
They did.
with something
What
like
was it,
3.8 teraflops
What do you do
across
with that much
3,000
flops,
miles.
though?
Yeah, it was. No,
Flip
yeah,
them,
it was that
and
speed
you have
record.
lots of flips and flops.
I actually bought new
Yeah,
flip flops today.
there's some ridiculous amount of terabits per second or something. Like
I think it was like
it was
3,812 terabits per second
it
over
was a
3,000
absurd
kilometers or something.
number.
Yeah.
It's just an absurdly large number. I mean, Japan.
So
They're
would
always
that
gonna
be
try
would
and
that be
be better
faster than
everyone else.
FTL?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, that'd be working before you knew it was even doing anything.
Can I play
Yeah,
iRacing on it?
You'd be
You'd be on your starting
screaming
soon
before
screen
you
having
hit
a
the start
scratch, and
screen.
it'd be
Yeah.
streaming it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting that they're progressing like supercomputers and data flow that fast. It'd be interesting to see how that translates to the rest of the world.
But what do they
It's
do with
funny,
it, though?
Like you look at what, like 1960, right? A supercomputer had the power of a calculator. Like like that. You're moving from that to something that just
But
you can't feasibly understand the number.
what kind of data are
Yeah.
you sending that fast? That much of like
No, what they
It's
did.
just computational power. That's
Oh,
it. It's
but-
just crunching numbers.
Yeah, and
so can it do math homework for somebody?
data
Oh,
the data flow, like the high speed internet they tested, it was
What's up?
3,800 terabytes over like 1,700 miles or something. Like like I think NASA was only at 99 gigabits
Yeah.
per second, and Japan's gone 3,800 terabytes. It's crazy data. That's a lot of
we did
movement.
cover that in one of the early episodes of Side Note as well.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cryptocurrency Raptorium has been found to favor AMD's Ryzen 9 6000 CPUs due to their large L3 cache. And miners are stocking up on these CPUs. So basically, if you were looking at getting a 6000 series Ryzen 9, good fucking luck, because there won't be any in stock anymore.
Not now.
Not now. It's done. Like, I mean, apparently it's like super efficient, like compared to GPU mining. So, rip. And
That means we might get more GPUs on the market and not CPUs.
No,
You-
no, we won't. No. I mean, what, Nvidia's holding back on production at the moment to launch their next batch of GPUs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're 4,000 series or whatever.
Yeah, so regardless of what happens, you're not getting a CPU for a while. You're not getting a GPU for a while. You're not getting a games console for a while. So just suck it up and
I'm just gonna have to deal with
just deal with it. Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to just deal with my current amount of flops.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I can't get more flops.
So,
no supercomputer for you, Yakes.
That's it. Either pay for it now and wait for your product to come through, or pay an exorbitant price on eBay and get it now.
Lee, we don't need to worry about Yakes' hard drive, mate. That's his own business.
It's not good. And the last bit of news, we fucking plowed through that really quick. Last bit of news I have, the first NASA mission since 1972 to put humans on the moon's surface has been pushed back by 1 year to 2025. Few observers expected NASA to make the previous 2024 date because of a funding shortfall and lawsuit over the landing vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently the landing vehicle contract went to Elon Musk, and it should have been open to multiple people. Uh, Under its Artemis program, NASA will send the first woman and the 13th man to the lunar surface. I am looking forward to that shit.
Lord. Why are you feeding into their energy?
Oh my god. This is important news about the
We're
moon.
talking about astronauts going to the moon.
Also, one of those astronauts is a person of color as well. So that's
There you go.
another big step for NASA. So yeah, that's all the news I have. That's
All right.
I mean, a lot did happen this week, but not a lot happened. Interestingly enough, is there anything you guys wanted to touch up on today?
Personally, I've got nothing I want to touch up on. Like, obviously, we covered a fair bit on that one pretty quickly, so it was pretty good.
Yeah. I'm definitely excited about the new Glimish features.
Yes, the new Glimish features are so good.
I would like to spotlight something kind of left field a little bit. Social media. I noticed there was a post by one of our. Oh no, there was a post put out by one of our side note members, and again, sort of situation that again is very. How would you say? I guess forthcoming in. I guess acknowledging fellow community members. Oh, well, no, not direct. I'm just trying to find it. This one here. I Am Lee put out a tweet this week. I think it was.
Been caught out.
Yep.
So he put out a tweet out there. Let's make someone's day today. Who's your favorite go-to streamer on Glimish? Tag them below for the sake. Let them know after 5 votes he'll announce his own. So again, I like to see things like that. Yeah. I do like to see things like that because it brings a little bit of awareness. So Lee, no shame, mate. Awesome job there.
Yeah, it was great.
Something that it was noticed there that it brings awareness because I did see a few comments. There was like, oh, I've heard that name bounce around, but I've never caught their stream, or I've seen this, or I've seen that. Again, things like that really allow Glimish itself to chime in and really actually open up.
Yeah.
I know personally that I was mentioned in that, and thank you to those people, and I do appreciate it. I also know that others were also mentioned in there, and I'm sure that goes unnoticed to some people because they don't pay any attention to it. But for those that do pay attention to it, it is definitely worthy to check it out. There wasn't the only one. No, there was others being checked. It's just that's the one I saw.
Yeah.
The Ferret also just sort of it was like a day of appreciation essentially. Ferret tweeted out, "It's Ferret's day of appreciation. Feeling like I've got a lot of love to give today. So comment below and I'll send some your way. Let me love you guys." She was actually following some new people on Glimish. To whoever that she hasn't followed yet. So it's just one of those things.
That was leading to my next point on those sort of posts, and not just not just Lee and others, but it's what you find there is for a period of time, Glimish kind of went stagnated. We had no features. People were kind of setting their own little groove and their rhythm, and they were just doing their own thing, which is cool. That's what this is about. But then things like that really bring people and say, oh, I saw Lee mentioned you in a tweet, and I was like, oh shit, okay, thanks, because it allows me then to go back to Lee directly and say, hey mate, cheers for putting in that tweet. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It allows then that interaction between the streamers and the community a little more. So again, hats off to obviously I was reading there, Ferret, obviously Lee Blitz has done like multiple of them. I know he's done a few. It's just Lee's was one that I saw because it was pinged up on when I opened Twitter. So
Mm-hmm.
again, it was good. Again, guys, use social media for that purpose.
Yeah.
Promote your streams and hit it up. Like I'd love to see them weekly type things just popping up. Like, hey, who are you seeing this week, or who have you found? It's
spread the love, spread the community. Like, get everybody rallied
Yeah.
together. Like, this is a great
That
community,
like
we have
community
there.
interaction. Yeah.
Like I know I was a big influence in getting Lee over here on Glimish. Yakes, you were kind of under the same thing because I was getting Rankin over here and he was bringing you across as well.
Yeah.
So again, like it's not, I take no glory for any of that, but it's good to see that, these guys who struggle to find a home or feel at home have actually found a place that they can feel comfortable and actually want to be out there in the community promoting this platform. So again, guys, well done on that. Keep up the good work on that. I love seeing it, and that's awesome. You guys are doing great work.
I mean, I've told
you see impressions 1,087 and 77 engagements. That's fantastic, dude.
I've told my
awesome.
story hundreds of times of how I streamed for 3 years over on another platform, and then came over here, was a little hesitant, and just felt so welcome, and never looked back. So,
but also, like, take the time to promote the platform as well. Like, the Glimish Twitter account has been super active lately, which has been a really nice change. But there are a lot of people out there who don't know like the new features that are on the platform. They may have come to the platform a couple of months ago, seen that it was like very bare, very basic. Just don't know. Like, just try and get that information out there. Get a new crowd flowing through. Along with that community interaction.
Exactly. Yeah.
Be definitely good for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, that's the thing. And look, don't think, guys, that we don't watch. I know Speed and I like there's nothing goes on throughout the week that we don't see.
See a lot
and trust me, we do want to try and especially get a section of this podcast where we do literally go through the tweets, and we do sort of pull out the ones that actually have a good value and a good meaning to them. So again,
absolutely.
Look, it's fantastic to see, and Lee, like, I'm glad you've got your place here, and I know you're really disappointed about having to go back to Twitch for that Get Good series that you were doing. And you could tell the disappointment because it was just in your voice. You weren't excited about it. But now seeing you here and you're doing that series and stuff like that, it's really good that you guys are capable of being able to find that home. It's good to see, and Banjax has found his little niche with that goose duck stuff that he's doing, and look, again, haven't been able to participate in those. But from what I've seen, what I've heard, everyone's loving it. It's a great thing to be sort of pushing. Again, Banjax has got his own little. You got your own little chat bot too, don't you, Banjax? Like your little animals or whatever in chat.
Yeah, it's through Streamloots. He's actually got a whole pet system built up. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, chat pets. Yeah,
yeah.
So that again,
extensive system.
Again, so take a little bit of time, guys. Check out. Your fellow creators. Like, you may not normally check these guys out.
The thing is that
left field stuff.
Yeah, the thing is, like, the platform is still very young, and everyone's trying to find what works for them. Just get their foothold, in the ground, and just sort of, go with what works for them. I mean, I know a lot of us are still trying to find that place, but we just need to be mindful of all that, and just sort of just check people out.
Yeah,
that's all it takes. I try and drop into as many streams as I can.
Yes.
with whatever time I have left throughout the day. It doesn't always work that way, but I do try and just pop into people that I haven't seen before or haven't seen in a while. And,
Yeah.
you know,
I actually I popped in just yesterday. Actually, there was a new streamer to Glimish that was streaming some iRacing, and he was doing a truck race at Darlington, and I got into the chat and we were chatting for a little bit, and I was able to help him win the race, just helping him stay focused and stuff, and it was just really cool to just see, not only new streamers but new sim racers as well, just come to the platform, and just he was just like super happy that he had the chat and stuff going here, so just love seeing new faces, and I try to pop into streams when I can. You may not see me a lot, but I'm there sometimes, most of the time, a lot of times.
See,
I lurk half the time, but
Lee's touched on something there. Like again, let's not forget the fundamentals of streaming. You play what you enjoy because that's
Yes.
when you give your best content. If you don't like MMOs, don't fucking play it because you're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to put the content out. Don't think that I'm the only one racing on the platform, and forget that. Scrap all that. Push that to the side. Play what your heart is in. Again, we touched on this on the very first episode about the fundamentals of streaming and how we lose track of that. It doesn't matter what the game is, how old the game is, how long you played it for. If you enjoy it, you will put your best content. Yakes down there will tell you this exact thing. When he first came to this platform, he went backwards, way backwards. He was doing Spyros. He was doing those games because, again, it was producing the content. He was loving that content. It gave him a chance to feel the ground underneath him. And that's what's built him up. And again, guys, I've done it. I've gone back to some of my roots and what I prefer to do.
I went back to the Lion King.
You have. You got Peppa Pig for fuck's sake.
That was a new game. No, no. But I went back to the Lion King, which released on the Super NES.
Yeah,
I went back that far. I'm quite happy to do that.
But you've got to do what you enjoy. I mean, we all get lost in trying to compete with other people. Don't do it. Please don't fucking do it. Stick to your bread and butter. Stick to your base.
Well, even myself,
stick to your bread and butter.
When I left the other platform, I came over here and I remember talking to you, Lord, and I don't want to do racing. I didn't want to do racing. I was so against it.
Didn't want to.
Because
but that's what you've done.
Yeah. Now I'm only racing, and I'm just I kind of realized that I didn't want to just do the racing. I was missing out on that fun stuff. But
you've branched though. You've done a few things. I've seen you grow as a streamer. You've gone backwards to your Spyros and things. You've done cooking streams.
Yeah.
You've done that thing again. You've got. Lee is saying variety streaming is hard. And yes, it is. I guess it is because you've got to have a vast knowledge of a lot of things. But it's also not because you can variety stream on 3 different things. If you're a racer, you could stream Forza. You got that. If you're an MMO, you could stream World of Warcraft because you know that. Again, I'm pointing to this guy down the bottom. And then you throw in something quirky like, hey, I'm going to do cooking with carrots because my nickname's Carrots and I've got to cook food anyway. So get the fuck in there and do it. Again, variety isn't hard. It's not hard. If you know how to do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you can't do it. That's not for you. We respect that. Glimish is what this is about. This is about building that variety. We don't want to open the channel and see everybody playing the same thing. But we want to see variety because, you're doing something. So I might open the stream tomorrow and Yakes is playing New World, but so is Blitz and COD and everyone else. But that's a variety to him. That's a difference to him. So again, stick to your guns.
Yeah, you always want to hop on the platform and, see variety. You want to see a vast amount of games being played. But you get a lot of people who are going to be playing the same type of game. It's sort of unavoidable.
Hell, Ramirez, honestly, that would be fantastic. Stick it in IRL. I guarantee you're going to get people. I guarantee you.
Because at the end of the day,
it comes down.
As long as you're enjoying what you're doing, the viewers are going to enjoy that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you enjoy playing old retro games, or you enjoy cooking, or you enjoy repairing watches, uh, just like if you like thoroughly enjoy whatever it is that you do, and you want to stream that content, you're gonna nail it. Like you're just gonna succeed because your enjoyment will come through the stream itself,
Yeah.
and everyone
Yeah.
else is going to see how much you're enjoying it and support you in doing so.
If we do touch on a subject in regards to that enjoyment, I mean, Speed's Peppa Pig stream the other week. I don't know if anybody actually watched the. I don't know if anybody actually watched the entirety of the stream from start to finish, but if anybody did, you would see that was put Speed in a position where he just wasn't his bread and butter. Like it just wasn't his thing.
Well, yes and no.
It wasn't.
So
you could no. I'm telling you,
I was
from a
looking
viewer
forward to the
standpoint, it wasn't.
game. Yeah, I was looking forward to the game because of its memey, comical aspect, right? And it would have been fine had there have been more content to the game. Like it would have been like somewhat enjoyable, but the mechanics of the game were broken. Things didn't work out well. There were like unskippable cutscenes. Just the game itself was not polished at all, and it's just the fact that the content was so limited.
But that's what
compared
we're talking
to
about.
The price of the game, yeah. But in the end, when it first started off, yeah, it was fun, it was enjoyable. Then, yeah, by the end, it was like, well, that was a waste of my time, you know. But that's just one of those things.
But
You know,
that mood shift,
you can't know how something is going to go.
no.
So now I've
You've got to be
learned
able to.
from that. I've learnt from my $60 mistake that I'm not going to do that again.
No. But what my point is, you could tell through that stream, you could see you tape it off and off and off and off and off and off until it got to a point where it was just like, yeah, I'm going. So you've got to learn in those moments. You've got to start seeing, oh shit, this is going nowhere. Fuck, I've got to get rid of it. I need to do something else.
But I was also committed
Compelled.
to finishing the game.
Yes, you were committed to it. Yes,
I was committed to finishing the game. So regardless of how much I didn't like it by the end,
right.
I was.
But what I'm saying on a general consensus, like Lee was saying that he's racing, so you wouldn't expect to see him playing New World and struggling like you were at the end of your stream.
Yeah.
So using that as an example, you've got to know where to cut your line. You've got to know where to cut your line.
Yeah.
You got to know when
it's as simple as that,
and move on to something else, or just stop for the day.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no harm in stopping your stream and be like, look, I've got to take the rest of the day off. I just need to clear my head, just have a bit of a break. Like I haven't streamed all week for personal reasons, but it's just one of those things that you got to do from time to time. You just got to, just sort of look at the whole picture, be like, is it worth me streaming today? Am I feeling up to playing the game that I wanted to play, or doing the content that I wanted to do?
I know during that feature launch on the GC Talk show, they touched on streamer health, and I guess we've touched on it almost weekly in some roundabout way.
I believe we touched on it in the first episode.
One of the first episodes we talked about it. Yeah.
And we kind of do touch on it just in the general chat. Is looking after yourself, looking after your mental health. Like again, everyone is so accustomed to Twitch. I have to stream. I have to get the hours. I have to get the viewers. Trovo, same thing. I have to stream. I have to stream. I have to stream.
Yeah.
Here on Glimish, you don't have to stream. If you're not up to it, please do not push yourself to that limit. Just say, no, I'm not doing it today. Couldn't be fucked. Put your hand up and say, literally, I can't be fucked. And don't do it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to give your best content.
Under no way is anyone obligated to stream for anyone. You are your own boss when it comes to streaming. You do your own hours. You do your own content. It's all you. The people who support you will be there when you go live.
Yeah,
that's exactly right, Benjamin. That's exactly right.
There's no point pushing yourself into the ground to try and produce content, because then you're either getting tired or you're getting exhausted or you're just not in
You
it.
know, the one thing I find myself doing when I'm not feeling like a stream, I start clock watching. How long have I been streaming? Oh fuck, it's been 10 minutes. Oh,
Mhm.
oh look, it's 25 minutes. Oh Jesus. Because
That's
you
the
mentally
worst,
you
yeah.
give yourself you want to give yourself say 2 hours, and you start clock watching, and it's been like 2 minutes, and you just drag yourself down and down and down and down, and to a point where the 2 hours comes, you're not talking, you're not focused on chat, you're not even focused on the game, and you just can't wait to hit the button and get out of there.
Yeah.
If you're ever if you're ever feeling you're going down that path, guys, just don't do it, please.
Yeah.
We would
I've
rather
had
see you
those
love what you
days
do.
myself.
Yes.
Yeah. I've had those days myself where I've started streaming. I'm not quite with it. And then like it feels like I've been streaming for ages, and then I look at the time, I've been live for like 30 minutes. It's like,
Don't you love that?
okay, well maybe it's time for a game change, and you try and sort of mentally reset during the stream, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
You got to know what your limits are, and just be okay with the fact that you just need a break.
Yeah.
People will understand.
It's hard. It is hard. Like if anyone says your streaming's easy, smack them upside the head, because it's not.
Yeah.
There's so much it goes on, and it's like I know a few people have said to me, "Hey, Lord, like streaming, like is it easy?" I'm like, nah, fuck no. It's a mental struggle.
Yeah.
It's a mental struggle. You say I want to change games, but you're not in the mood to play a game. There's just nothing that you want to play. Like
Yeah.
you look at your games list and go, what do I know my community like? Oh, my community like watching me race. I'll go racing, but it's not what you want to do.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I mean, there are days where I've sat here and I've turned on my Xbox, I've got OBS open, everything's set up, ready to go, and I'm sitting there in my games library and I'm just scrolling through, like nothing's jumping out at me. And there was a day where like 20 minutes went by. Yeah, it was a day where 20 minutes went by and I was just still scrolling through, and it's like past the time that I wanted to start streaming. I'm like, I got to call it. I can't. It's not with it.
Yep.
Today.
No point. Yep. I've done the same thing. I've said to the lady, she goes, "You stream?" I'm like, it's like 20 minutes past my start time. Probably not now. And you just go away. And I mean, look, we go through those phases.
I'll start late, but...
It's very uncommon for me to start late. If anything, I'll start early. If I'm late, I'm probably not streaming, unless there's technical issues. But it's it is a mental toughness game. Guys, please look after yourself. Look after your health. Make sure you've got plenty of fluids. Make sure you're doing the good things. Make sure you're mentally ready for it.
I always fill up a cup of water and set it on my desk. And like, we're streaming.
And
host meme. We're in Discord.
Tech put in the chat. My best streams have flown by, and I mean, I've done 12+ hour streams and got off only because my eyeballs are giving up. Look, I have personally been in that situation when I streamed South Park, The Fractured But Whole. I mean, that was 22 hours. But like that flew by for me. Like I was in the zone. I was, but I was also taking care of myself. I was getting up, I was stretching, I was getting fluids, I was eating, I was going to the toilet, all those important things. It's those small things that make the big difference.
I mean, I think one of those streams that Tech's talking about, I think I was with him. It was like 11 hours. It was like I wasn't streaming, but we were playing the game, and it just before you know it, you're 10 and a half hours in. You're like, oh shit,
So
it's
those good days. You could knock out a 12-hour stream, and it's like that was easy.
We didn't have one, Lee. Didn't have a special guest this week. No one's put their hand up, so
no guest this week.
No one likes to put their hand up to appear on the show.
No one wants to be special guest.
But that's another thing. Like we want to get you guys on the show. We want to get to know you and your community. We want to get to know the rest of the platform. That we're streaming to.
Yep.
We want to get your
we want to get
on things, your background, your story.
We did start with a showcase for the streamer where we just brought you guys in for the last half an hour, had a chat, learn about you and whatever else. We want to change that up. we want to bring you guys in at the start of the show. We want to get you
The whole
guys
show.
on the opinions, and then if we've got time, yeah, we'll ask about questions. You know, we want to get your community and seeing you on, you know, your Glimish community seeing you. And again, don't forget, this is going to YouTube. This is being recorded and put on YouTube as well, which we will wind up with YouTube very shortly.
Yes.
Yes.
But we do generally stay on Glimish afterwards, so that's a good time for the Glimish side to get to know you. You know, if there's people in chat who have not seen your streams, aka people might not have seen Tech stream the last 3 or 4 days. Again, it's a good time to understand, okay, what's Tech about? What's he do? What's, you know, does he stream daily? All those kind of things. Or Banjax, you know. Some people didn't know what Banjax was about. What does Banjax play? What does Banjax do? You know, things like that. So again, understanding you as the creator and what you bring to this platform is what we want to try and do. So again, you know, we do have that in the general. Only follow Banjax because he's Irish. But yeah, like if you want to be on the show, please go in there as in the Discord. There's a thing for community guests. Let us know you want to be on the show. Come and join the fun. Come and join the shenanigans. Hang out for a while.
Absolutely,
You know,
we'd love to have people on here.
Absolutely.
You know, we'd love to hear your opinions on Amaranth buying a fucking gas station.
We'd love to get your opinions on GTA 5 Remastered.
Yeah, like, we'd love to get your, but like, also we'd love to get your opinions directly on like new Glimish features.
Glimish,
or,
yeah.
like say,
yeah, exactly.
stuff you want to see in the future, like stuff that's going to affect you and how you stream and shit like that.
You know, where there's no taboo subjects.
Nope.
You know, if we can touch on it, we can break it down and talk about it. Yes, we will.
I mean, there are a couple of subjects
shit.
which we won't. There are a couple of subjects which we just morally will not touch on, as they will create too much of a stir. But mostly, we will touch on pretty much anything. So nothing.
Yeah,
we did talk about live streaming gaming on Chatterbait at one point. So
we did indeed. That was a couple episodes ago.
That was a couple episodes ago. Yeah. So yeah, everything's on the table except what's not on the table.
Yeah.
The more you
no, that means it's you're hurting at 240, mate. You hurt more at 240.
your hertz level is at 240. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wind up the YouTube. So thank you, YouTube, for tuning in once
you,
again this week. Be sure to check us out again next week.
Yep.
And
we'll be live. Glimish.tv/sidenote.
That's the one.
Yep.
Shameless
Bye.
plug there.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube.